Hi, Mike here again with Northwest Virtual Fly Fishing Academy. I want to talk to you today about nymphing in general. There's nothing more in fly fishing. I can't think of anything in fly fishing that has experienced such a dramatic change in the last 10 years in fly fishing. It's hard to hang on to this horse because it's going in many different directions, and it's really confusing a lot of people. And the modern style of nymphing, what we call modern nymphing. It's a basic technique that we borrowed from the Euros, where we're actually moving the fly through the river. But there's drop shot nymphing, there's classic nymphing, high stick nymphing, long line, short line. There's strike indicator nymphing, your Euro nymphing, Polish nymphing, Czech nymphing, French nymphing. Crikey, did I leave anything out? Spanish, Italian nymphing, bastard nymphing, X nymphing. There's so many ways to nymph fish. It confuses a lot of people. There's only one way to dry fly fish, only one way. And we're all going to do it the same. However, with this modern nymphing, it confuses a lot of people because the real difference between all these styles of nymphing is not the cast and not how we're actually moving the fly through the river. It's the leaders that we're using, and they're all different depths, different styles, and so on and so forth. And if you get on the internet, oh my goodness, there's every internet cowboy in the world and YouTube jockey telling you that you need to use this special multicolored line, and it's got to be this weight, and it's got to drop it down to this, and you got to do that, and you have to put this swivel on it and this little tippet ring, and then you want to make sure that you have a barrel swivel at this position, and you got to drop these things down, and the measurements have to be real perfect, and that's just for one style, you know. And for those that don't know me, I believe that you need to keep fly fishing as simple as possible. It's a simple sport. Nymphing is a simple concept, and your leader should be a simple leader. And there's one leader out there that will take care of all this for you. It's the simplest form that you can possibly come up with when you're nymphing. It'll handle most of these different styles of nymphing. Remember this. Trout have little or no cognitive thought. They haven't a clue what you're doing out there. They don't have a clue what kind of leader you're using. They don't have any of that. What makes good nymph fishermen better than the average nymph fisherman is what their actual style and what they're doing. So what we want to talk about today is a universal nymphing leader, a leader that will accomplish all that. And how we do that is the only thing that you need to do to make this leader are two things. You need to have the right kind of monofilament or fluorocarbon, and you need to know a couple knots and a little bit of technique, and you're done. And you can pre-make these things. These leaders are designed to be pre-made. Can I get a pair of scissors, please? Now, what I'm going to do is show you how to do this. It's really simple. What we're dealing with here is we're dealing with two types of fluorocarbon. We're using 8-pound fluorocarbon, and you can buy this at any kind of hardware store or fishing store. This is not what you'd see in a fly fishing department. And you get like this one's 200 yards of fluorocarbon. You get it like $7 or $8, versus at a fly shop you get a little spool of the same type fluorocarbon tippet. It's going to cost you $11, $12, and for 25 feet. And then you want 8-pound. For the sake of filming this, what we want to do is I'm going to use this light paracord so that you can actually get an idea of what we're doing here. And there's no need for Todd to get any tight shots here. It's not so much I'm teaching you how to do this, it's that you're getting the dimensions right and the simplicity of it. And so what we want to do first to make this is we want to get 7 or 8 feet of 8-pound fluorocarbon. 8 pound, this is pretty important. Fluorocarbon, we're trout fishing. And you want to take at least 7 or 8 feet off the spool so that you have this here. At one end of this leader, or we call a main trunk, we want to tie in a perfection loop. So we want to make sure that we have a perfection loop at the very beginning of our leader, because this is we're going to start our measurements from the perfection loop. There it is. So what I have here is just a perfection loop. You can see it right there. And now I want to measure from that perfection loop. And these knots I'm talking to you about, you can get them, we have them on the Virtual Fly Fishing Academy. You can buy the course, it's like 10 bucks. And it's me tying these in front of you, and it's me tying these on the river. You can get them on YouTube or anywhere else. So we start with the loop. And then from the loop, we're going to go down, 30 to 35 inches. Right like that. Now, you don't need a yardstick or a ruler. Just give it a good eyeball. That looks like a good 35, 33 inches to me. And there I have it. That's my first place I'm going to start. Now, what we want to do is we want to take 3 24-inch pieces of 8-pound fluorocarbon. And this is going to be our knot or stopping points. So there you have it. So I have a 24-piece 8-pound, and I have my trunk line, which is also 8-pound. Now I'm going to pinch my trunk line right at 30 to 35 inches, and I'm going to pinch my 24-inch piece or my 12-inch piece, whatever you want to do. And together I put the 2 pinches together like that. And now I tie a triple surgeon's knot. If you know how to tie a surgeon's knot, it's go around twice. A triple surgeon's is 3 times, hence the word triple. And if you're not familiar with a surgeon's knot, you tie an overhand knot every morning when you put your shoes on, which is going to triple that. So it's an inline knot. I'm going to take this knot and I'm going to tie it a triple surgeon's. In my case, I'll just do a quick surgeon's knot to speed up the video. And there you have it. Looks just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off the tag ends of that 24-inch piece. What that's going to leave me is a knot. You can see that knot right there. And this is important because that's where our flies are going to be on these knots. Again, this is a Universal Nymphing Leader. It's designed to be used with any kind of form of nymphing. Okay, now I need to put 2 more of these knots in there, and the distance between knots is at 10 to 11, 12-inch range, and that looks pretty close to me right there. Again, I pinch it. You can see where that knot is. You can see where my loop is. Again, I pinch it. That's going to give me my measurement right here. I'm going to take my 24-inch piece, 15-inch piece, however you do it, and I'm going to pinch it. We'll put the 2 pinches together, and we're going to tie another triple surgeon's knot. In my case, again, it's just going to be twice for surgeons for brevity. I tighten it up. And it's going to leave me that tag end again. So I'm going to cut those tag ends off. Now, the questions I get a lot are, it's going to make this really weak. Well, no, it's not, because this is a trunk line, and I didn't cut the trunk line. It's solid all the way through. There's no breaks in the trunk line. All right, we're going to go down another 10 inches, 10, 11 inches, 12 inches, however you like to do it. And we're going to pinch it and then repeat the process. Again, a triple surgeon's knot. Again, we're going to trim off the excess, and our leader is complete. And what we have now is we have a 7 or 8 foot, 8-pound piece of fluorocarbon with a loop on one end, and attached to the fluorocarbon are 3 knots tied with 8-pound fluorocarbon. The leader is complete. You're ready now to fold it, roll it up like I'm doing right here, just like that, wrap it around a few times, stick it in a plastic bag, put 3 or 4 of them in your plastic bag, put them in your vest, and you have them anytime you need it. If you lose everything now, you're able just to reach into your vest, pull one out, and you have it. You just unwind it, and you have your drop shot or your Universal Euro style nymphing leader all done. Now we have to talk about adding flies to this, and that's the really cool thing. Is how we add flies are we pre-tie them or tie them on at the river. And what we want to do at first is tie the fly on first. You always want to tie the fly on first. And it's your favorite knot. In my case, I'm just putting together a little quick, little tiny quick clinch knot. And then you go down about 1 inch from the fly, you pinch it at 1 inch, and that's your measurement. You're going to take your left hand, and then you're going to tie your perfection loop right at that pinch mark, like I'm doing right here. And when I pull that tight and trim, I'm going to have a 4-inch tag with a loop on the end. And when I want to add a fly to my leader, I just take a fly to loop and slide it down. And slide it down to the knot. And you have a drop shot rig. You have a you put 2 more flies on here, put the lead on the end, and now you're drop shotting. You need to change flies. You simply come here and cut one of the loops, take off your fly, and put another one on. If you're going to Euro Nymph, it's really simple. You have 3 knots. You're going to Euro style, you're going to French Nymph, or you're going to Spanish Nymph, or Polish Nymph. It's really simple. You got 3 knots. You're going to tie your fly on right here. Your last fly, that's trailing. You're going to actually tie an inline fly here. Cut that off, so all you have is a fly there. You're going to take a 12-inch dropper right here, and you're going to, that'll be your anchor fly, and you can put a 3rd fly on the 3rd knot. And you're just bringing those right through like that. The last knot's not used. So it's a variety of different ways. You can French nymph, Spanish nymph, Euro nymph. You can drop shot, high stick. You can strike indicator nymph. It's a real simple process. It takes all the confusion out of nymphing, no matter what style. If you're an old-fashioned strike indicator guy, or you just like to put a bobber on, throw it out there, this is your leader that will help you do that. There's all different types of different nymphing, and what the Universal Nymphing Leader does is it allows one leader to do it all. For more information on drop shot nymphing or anything like that, or Polish nymphing, give us a call, or come by the shop and I'll walk you through it. There will be some confusion, meaning that the length of some of these leaders, you can't get that out of a 7-foot leader, but yes you can. We call it an extension. What an extension is we take some 30-pound Maxima, or it can be 30-pound nylon, or whatever you like, and you take the length of addition that you want to make. In my case, I've got probably a 4-foot one with loops on each end. One loop goes to my fly line, one loop goes to my 7 or 8 foot drop shot leader, and I've extended my leader by 4 feet. You can make this 5 feet, 6 feet, 7 feet, 8 feet, however you want to do it. Again, we'll make these extensions, we'll roll them up, we'll put them in our little separate plastic bag, and we're good to go. So you can do any kind of style of nymphing. It's a Universal Nymphing Leader. It takes all the complicated stuff out of it. What you need to just remember is choose whatever style of nymphing you like to do, perfect it, learn it, be good at it, and when you decide to change to, or you want to try check nymphing, or you want to try drop shotting, you're already an expert at it. It's just a different style of leader.